Good morning, readers. Welcome back. I took a little bit of a break because of computer issues, technological issues, all resolved. Very happy. Life can go on the way that it went before. That was a bit of a stressor. I don't love tech issues. So today is my June book haul revisit video. This series goes back a year ago, looks at what I hauled in June of 2019, and then I choose one book from that list to focus on this month, in addition to the other things that are on my TBR. So, I have a nice big cup of coffee because this was a big haul. This was a big haul. Last May, June, that was a big it was a big book buying spree for me. And this year, May was that way too. So it's time to take stock and get some backlist reads off my list. So let's get started with what I hauled in June 2019. So the first two books I got last June, I've already unhauled and read. So that's a good thing. That was Dance Upon the Air and Heaven on Earth by Nora Roberts. They were the first two books in the trilogy. I had gotten Face the Fire in May or maybe April of last year, and it was a great copy, and I had a mass market paperback copy of two of them, but the bigger, nicer deckle-edged French flap copies were enticing me, so I purchased both of those, I think from Book Depository possibly, and I did read them, and they were okay, and I think I talked about them in a couple of wrap-ups, and I unhauled them along with Face the Fire to my daughter Megan as a lagniappe after the Advent book exchange. They were just extras that I had ready to unhaul. So she has them now, and I don't know if she's going to read them or not, but it's a paranormal romance trilogy by Nora Roberts. It's set in a seaside town. It would be a great summer read if you're looking for something like that. And the first one was my favorite. Dance Upon the Air was definitely my favorite. So 2 books, check. Unhauled, check. Then I hauled from a bookstore in Jackson, Mississippi, a used bookstore. I hauled a couple of used books and one new book on a trip with my son. And the first one was Life After Life by Kate Atkinson, a paperback copy, very gently used. I, at that time, didn't have a physical copy of Life After Life, so I wanted to be sure to pick this up. Then I got a hardback copy, as you can see right here. And so this one is obsolete for me. Megan already has a copy. I gave her one in the Advent book exchange. So I'm going to do a giveaway of this book. So stay tuned for that when we're done. But that one's going to be given away to some lucky viewer. I also was on a kick, and I don't know why, but I guess because I saw them, to replace the Dan Browns that I had and one that I did not. So I had read Angels and Demons, and I don't know if I unhauled it or it drowned. I can't remember. Then I got The Lost Symbol because I had it and I've read it, but I have no recollection of it whatsoever. I am not even kidding. When I saw that I had read it, I was somewhat shocked. Must have flown through it. It was a while ago, though. I can't remember when this came out, but it was a good bit of time ago. And then Origin, which was a newer one that obviously I had not yet read. So those 3 came from the used bookstore. And one of those is definitely kind of calling to me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I also hauled The Child by Fiona Barton. It is the second in her series. I think Kate, I'm trying to remember what Kate's last name is, but Kate is the detective journalist, and her first novel is The Widow. I wanted to go on and read The Child. And then the third one, The Suspect, I have on my Kindle. I did read The Child. I did enjoy it. I did unhaul it. That one also went to my daughter, Megan, where a lot of my books go. So, check, check, check. The next one, My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. This is a classic Gothic mystery of possibly identity fraud and some nefarious desires on the part of a woman who is a widow, and she goes to visit her dead husband's cousin, I think. Yes, his name is Philip, and she enchants him. And she also is a bit mysterious and probably keeping some secrets. This was made into a movie with, I can't remember who, but it was. And I've seen the movie, but I've never read the book. And actually, I think this is maybe the movie adaptation cover. I'm not sure, but I don't care because it's still a pretty cover. I have not read that. So that's a possibility for me. This I got new. I Know Who You Are, Alice Feeney. I read it. I didn't love it. It was okay. I loved her first novel a lot. This is a domestic thriller. It's about an actress and her husband goes missing and she's a suspect, and there's a lot of past history that's revealed about her. So dual timeline. It was all right, but check, read it. Don't need to read it again, but I probably won't unhaul it because I do like Alice Feeney. Then I went to Portland on a business trip and went to Powell's, which is a giant bookstore in Portland, Oregon that you have to put on your bucket list if you've never been. Never been. It is, it's huge and amazing and a little overwhelming. And so I was overwhelmed and I didn't have a lot of space in my suitcase. So I only got one book there, which was really hard for me. And that was The House at Riverton by Kate Morton. And I've shown this copy before. I've talked about it. I love it. It's a Pan Macmillan copy. It's ribbed. It's like embossed. It is just beautiful. And I would love to have all of her novels in this form. If anybody finds a link to them, I would love to know where that is and to see if they've done all of them. This is probably a lovely possibility for me too. It's a dual timeline as hers often are. So from summer 1924 to winter 1999, that is the back and forth, and the Roaring Twenties, and Hannah and Emmeline Hartford are sisters, and something happens. And then that kind of tears them apart. And then you fast forward to Grace Bradley, who now is a one-time housemaid at Riverton, is visited by a director making a film about what happened. And so that's how they're connected back and forth. That's a possibility. And finally, The Unworried Drain by Brad Pendergraft. He was a speaker at the event that I went to. It was a training. It was a work meeting and a training combined. And the training was on speaking. I'm trying to think what the name, intuitive speaking. And he was called Brain Coach Brad, and he was selling his books, and I wanted to support Brad and read about it. So it's kind of about neuroscience and how our brains are wired around anxiety and fear, and how to unwire them so that we can get past that. And I have not read that. I don't know that I'm going to read that this month though, because I'm trying to work on another nonfiction book right now for the next little while, and that'll carry me into June. Out of the 11 books I hauled in June, I read 4. All right, what am I going to read this month? The House at Riverton would be a great summer read. It is chunky. It is 500 and some pages, almost 600 pages. But they're not, it's not a full size. So probably $360 in a full size book. I've read a lot of heavier stuff this month. So I don't, I may be looking for something a little faster, lighter. I don't know. My cousin Rachel would also be a good pick for the summer read. Now that I open this up, there is some underlining that's happened. in this copy, which kind of annoys me. But it's not the book's fault. It's very careful underlining, like very straight underlining. Okay. I don't know if I'm ready to take this on right now either. That's a little heavy. I'm kind of leaning toward one of the Dan Browns. And in my typical habitual fashion, my little Lori orderly brain, that part of me that thinks things have to be in order and remembered, wants to reread from the beginning in order to get to the speed on the other things, even though I think his are kind of standalones. I do love this one. When I read it before, I absolutely adored it. I actually recently watched the movie one night when I couldn't sleep, which stars Tom Hanks, and it's a great movie too. It's a great adaptation of this novel. I love the plot. I love the catacombs. I love the Illuminati. I love all the clues and things that they find in the murder. There's a man who's murdered, and there's a symbol carved out on his chest, and then his messages to Robert Langdon, and there's just a lot of who do you trust, hurry up and solve this kind of stuff. And I am kind of in the mood for a thriller. After this month's reading, I am kind of thinking, like losing my sweater. I am kind of thinking about that. And if I reread this, then I could go on to the Da Vinci Code. Then I could go on to whatever's third. I have, I think, all of them now. Yeah, I'm going to pick up Angels and Demons. It's also, because it's a mass market paperback, I'm not going to worry about if I take it to the pool to read, or if I take it to the beach, or if we go on the boat, which I'm hoping we can do soon, even though we're still, being very careful. But the boat is calling me. We talked about it this weekend. I think I could take it just about anywhere and read it, and I think I can listen to it pretty easily too. I think it's widely available. So I'm going to go with Angels and Demons. And I think, let me see if this is what I think it is. This is the receipt for those books that I purchased at this bookstore, which were 7 books, and it was $48.06. Most of them were $4 and $5. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, so my June 2020 pick from my June 2019 haul is Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. This also, and I'll tell you why this also appeals to me, is I realized the other day when I did the scavenger hunt that I don't have a lot of male authors on my library shelves. I have not purchased a lot of male authors. I feel like this is new for me. I used to have quite a few. I just don't have that many compared to how many women authors I read. And so kind of in June, I want to take a bit of a look at what could be read that is written by men. And I've already done the scavenger hunt and picked the Gregory Maguire. So this would be 2 men in 1 month, which would be nice. It'd be a nice change of pace. So I think that's the other reason why this is calling to me. Thanks for joining me today on this revisit a year later, and let me know what you're reading. If you're doing a revisit of your last year's hauls or another year's hauls, let me know what popped up for you and what you're taking the chance to read now. It's always fun at the end of the month to take a look at what I'm going to read next month. And this month I'm particularly struggling with it. Like, do I want a TBR? Do I just want a mood read? So stay tuned. We'll figure out what I decide to do. Love your comments. Love your support. The giveaway. Okay. I'm going to give this away to a subscriber who also comments on this video. So you have to be a subscriber or subscribe and then comment. And this will be a US only giveaway for the moment because it's hard for me to, my post office is open, but really restricted, and I would just rather print the label and send it from home. So that's going to be easier for me, and I can't do that if it's a customs situation overseas. So for the moment, this will be a US only giveaway. The next one, hopefully I can do wherever. Just any comments below. Again, make sure you're subscribed, and I will close the giveaway on June 15th. So you have till June 15th. You can ask your friends to subscribe. If they win, you can coerce them into giving it to you or letting you read it, however you want to do it. But I would love to give this to somebody on my list. And so subscribe, comment, June 15th. I'll try to remind you. Comment on this video. I'll also try to remind you of that. And this will be yours very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again very shortly. Bye.